Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Barbara and I'm so happy that you're here today because today we have a cozy video for you, or I have a cozy video for you. It is the Climates Weekend Challenge video, which means HRCYED challenge video, and it is now the end of December. It is the 29th of December, which is Monday. It is around 1:30, so it's early afternoon. Honestly, we just had breakfast, so it's morning. I'm just here having my morning tea, so Monday morning. And I have days off until after New Year's and until one more week. And the weekend challenge didn't really work out for me this time. I unfortunately was not able to do the challenge things this weekend because of things happening, life got in the way, but that's fine. Since I have vacation, I can just prolong it as I wish, and so that's what I'm doing. I started it yesterday evening instead, and I'm going to do this challenge until tomorrow evening. That is the plan, so that will be 2.5 days as it usually is. At the same time, we are having our Read into New Year's readathon. It is a mini readathon I host on Discord together with Natalie. I will link her Instagram down below if you'd like to check her Instagram. And this mini readathon is taking place from 26th, so that was Friday, until the end of this week, so until the end of Sunday. And so I plan to incorporate that as well and hopefully make this vlog for that as well. So we'll see how that turns out. But we are beginning with the Climates Challenge weekend and basically the HRCYED challenge. So what is the HRCYED challenge? Oh, by the way, today for the mini readathon, it is pajamas day. So I'm in my pajamas all day today and I'm embracing it, and I'm gonna be reading my books. That's today. I deserve it. That is a prompt for the mini readathon as well, pajamas day. So that's today. But anyway, for HRCYED, if you've seen my last vlog, you will know that there I picked 2 challenges to do, because the one challenge I picked, there was only 1 book to read, so I picked another one as well, picked another challenge as well to have more books for the weekend. At the end of the day, I only ended up reading that 1 book. And so I've been working on the second challenge that I picked for that vlog throughout the month until now. And so I made some progress on it, but it's not done. So the prompt or the challenge from the HRCYED challenge that I decided to work on, or that I picked last time, was the favorite HRCYED number 1 prompt, or like the first HRCYED prompt. And here I picked from the first HRCYED bingo board. My favorite prompt was, I didn't do the HRCYED last year, but when I went through the prompts, my favorite prompt is the 5 books with lowest rating on your Goodreads TBR list. So I looked into it. I then combined it with I'll get to it later tag, and so I'm reading 1 book from that. I did not manage to read more than that. I started 1, I'm still reading it. So I started Surrounded by Idiots by Thomas Eriksson, and this I have in original in Swedish, and I'm reading it, and I'm currently on chapter 5, page 41, so not that far in, but this is one of the books for the readathon. I counted it for the I'll get to it around later tag. I started it then, so I decided to count it anyway. And so this is 1 book that I will be reading this weekend. And then I did not get to start any of the other books on the list, so then we go back to the original. Like, you can go and watch that vlog. I will link it down below to kind of understand what I'm doing here. But the plan was that because the bonus prompt for November was to read the books from I'll get to it later tag, I picked 5 lowest rated books from I'll get to it later tag books, and that I was talking about in that vlog. So go there, check it out if you like. And this was one of those books. But if I don't get to read, or like if I don't read them in November, then we'll switch back to just 5 lowest rated books in total on my TBR. But since I already did 1, then I did the next 4. So we had Sign of the so the lowest rated books on my TBR, like in total, are Sign of the Eight, which is ARC I got, and I actually started this and I DNF'd it about 5% in, so it doesn't count. But I just could not stand. I had it as an arc, so the formatting was absolutely horrible. There, at some point, there was even like in middle of paragraph or middle of sentence, it's kind of like you are supposed to turn the page on the Kindle, and it was just completely different chapter. It was completely different setting, completely different something happening. I'm like, but the sentence didn't even end. Like, what's happening? And I just couldn't. And I also didn't like the story itself because it was overly sexual for no reason whatsoever. It did not have any explanation to like why. It didn't make sense. So I was like, nah, screw this. I'm not reading it. Not wasting my time with that. So I DNF'd that one real fast. Second book on this list is We All Fall Down by Rose Sabot. This is a gorgeous Illumicrate edition, and I actually started this today in the morning, so I got only through prologue, and so far it sounds very good. The prologue, we just follow a witch who started a revolution to save the king. They have some kind of relationship. I do not understand yet what kind of relationship they have, because then she goes on to help the queen, so the wife of the king, and her baby, because she's pregnant. And it feels like she has some kind of relationship with the king, but they can't be together. And she's doing things for him. She cares for him deeply, but she cares also for the queen. I have no idea what's happening with the relationship, but like, it was very intriguing. I really liked the start. It was really good start, I think, really good prologue. So I'm really curious about this one. I also found audiobook for this, so hopefully this one will go fast, not fast, but this one, hopefully I will get through this in a reasonable amount of time, even though it is 400 pages. But this is the second lowest rated. I think the reason why it's so low rated is because people really hate the LGBT representation in here, I think. I don't know the reason or anything what's actually happening. I think there is something horrible happening to LGBT people. And I have no idea. We'll see. I'll read it and we'll see. So that's one book I started, and that's on the list to read this few days. Another book on the list is Hygge, Your Ultimate Guide to Danish Way of Living and whatever. I got it free on Stuff Your Kindle Day once, and I DNF'd it over halfway through. It was not good. It was completely useless, it felt like, and very repetitive. And then at some point where it stopped being repetitive and started to say something interesting, it had nothing to do with Hygge. So I don't know, I DNF'd it. I did not care for it at all. And then the next book would be Pride, Prejudice and Turkish Delight, which is of course based on Jane Austen, Pride and Prejudice, but this is set in Turkey, and I really enjoyed this one. Like, I also understand why it was so low rated. This is a romance. We follow the main character, I forgot her name, but she is a teacher, or works, I think she's a teacher, and she gets a great opportunity to lead language course or language school in Turkey. And so she decides that, after some convincing by her friend, that, okay, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go for a year to Turkey. So she goes to Turkey and explores the city, explores, the culture and everything. And it is really fun to read. I had a blast reading. I wanted to read it all the time. I understand the low rating because there were some things that were not explained at all. There were some things when the characters acted in a way that didn't make any sense, or I didn't like, that I just did not understand. I was like, how is this not followed up on in any way? So yeah, I understand the low rating. I think I give it 3 stars because I really enjoyed it. I actually immediately looked up the sequel to it. I do not want to buy it, so I hope sometimes it will be on Stuff Your Kindle Day or something, because I also got that one on Stuff Your Kindle Day. Even though sequels maybe are not there that often, but we'll see. But like, I really enjoyed that one actually. It was a fun summer romance. I liked it. The 5th book on the list is Beautiful People. It's called Krásné ľudia, but translates as Beautiful People. It's by a Slovak author. It's not translated to English, but it is about, we follow our main character Wanda, who is very successful woman in a corporate world, and she's climbing the corporate ladder, and she's beautiful and young. What more does she want, or what more could she want? But she ends up struggling with anxiety and alcohol addiction, and so she goes into kind of like rehab, like psychiatric hospital, where she meets different kinds of people, and we follow her there, exploring what kind of brought her there, how to get better, and meeting different patients there. And I started this yesterday, and I am halfway through. Actually, I am pretty almost halfway through, and so far I'm really enjoying it. I'm not used to reading in Slovak, so it's really cool. I actually think I will make it a goal for next year to read at least 6 books by Slovak authors in Slovak. That's gonna be my goal, probably, just to keep my Slovak going, because otherwise I lose my Slovak. But yeah, I am actually quite enjoying it. We'll see how it goes. It has, again, low rating because people think that the characters were just not developed enough, and it just doesn't bring you enough into the world, and it doesn't give you all that much. So we'll see what I think, but it could really be hit or flop. It could be flop. I don't know. It could be either great or not great. So we shall see. So these are the 3 books that I'm gonna be planning to read. I plan to finish this one today. I mean, I got halfway yesterday, so I feel like that should be totally doable. This one I have audiobook of, so this I could get pretty far in. I don't think I'll be able to get through the entirety of it, but I hope so. I hope a lot. And this, we'll see. I take my time with this, read a chapter of it here and there, but this one will take a lot of time because it is in Swedish. I'm not that used to reading in Swedish, and also it feels so far a little bit repetitive. So we'll see. So we'll see how this goes. But these are the 3 books I plan to be reading. I don't think I need to bring you into my spreadsheet right now. What it looks like is I completed 2 of the 5 books for this challenge, which is the Hygge book and the Pride, Prejudice and Turkish Delight, and I'm reading 3 others. That is the plan for the HRCYED challenge. Now, what's the plan for the mini readathon? I think I'll get back to you on that later, because I don't have any plans. So far, I'm focusing only on the HRCYED challenge, and then when and if I get that done and get to read something else, I will definitely talk to you about it then. But there we have a set of different prompts. We have reading prompts, and we have also non-reading prompts. I will check if any of these books will fit those. I mean, I can't count Surrounded by Ideas because even though I could count it as well if I finish it. We'll see. Maybe I could count all these 3 books for that. We'll see. I'm not sure, actually. I will need to find out if it fits any prompts. But some of the non-reading prompts are set and plan one goal in 2026. Here I am all set. I already was talking about it with my personal trainer, but my goal for 2026 is to do a 1 full-on push-up. I struggle with push-ups. I can do a lot of other things, and I make big progress, but push-ups is something I struggle with a lot. So, decided my goal for 2026 is to do a full-on push-up, not from knees, from my toes. From my toes on the ground, a full-on push-up. The plan, I plan to keep going to the gym as I do now, twice a week, and hopefully I'll get there by the end of the year. And I told that to my trainer as well, so maybe we'll incorporate more of those exercises as well. But otherwise, I will do it myself. But that's my goal. Then do a craft. I was working yesterday on I put it too high up. Can you see it? No, you can't see it. A felt dove, but that one we started already before, so I didn't do entirety of it, and I didn't do it myself either. We did it like together with Henrik. But I was thinking also another craft could be, I plan to set up my reading journal for 2026. So that could be my craft. But I don't know, I don't have any plans yet. I will be focusing these 2 days on these 3 books. And then I'll probably look into that on Wednesday, which is going to be the last day of the year, which is be perfect to setting up the next one. So that's gonna be for that. And then declutter or unhaul. I plan to declutter, shelves in the bathroom, but that should not be a problem. The problem will be the desk here, because the desk here has not been uncluttered since I moved in 5 years ago. So that one needs to go. That one needs to be tackled this vacation. That one needs to be tackled in this video. So that's the goal. We'll see. One of them is also, one of the prompts is pajama day, which we are doing today. And we've got get fresh air, which I did on Saturday. We went for like 40-minute walk out in the sunshine, which was great. I do plan to go more, of course, but that's one of them. And then one is encourage someone or act of kindness. Here we're thinking encourage someone to do any kind of things, and it was kind of cheap to be like, you know, we did this mini readathon, so I already kind of encouraged people to do these goals, to read these books, so I could count that. I also hosted sprints yesterday. I'll be hosting sprints tomorrow, so that could count as well, but we'll see if there is anything else that comes up that I could really do, because I plan to really take it easy and just stay home most of the time, just go to the gym, go for a walk, these kind of things this week. So we'll see what happens. But that is the plan for this video. That was a long intro, so if you're still here, I really appreciate you. But yeah, let's get reading. We start, you know what, I already read a bit of this. I think we start with this one, just to get one chapter done. That will take me probably a while, but gotta get done. So I'm gonna do that. It's 9 chapters, 9 pages, 1 chapter. So I think I can do that. So I'm gonna start with this one, and then we'll take it from there. Hello, it is now Tuesday evening. It is about 5 o'clock. So I didn't update you in more than a day, but I did finish yesterday Beautiful People. This is written, by the way, by Zuzana Šimekova, if anybody's interested, but it is only in Slovak. But I finished this. I gave it like 2 stars, 2.5 it would be probably, but leaning towards 2. It was enjoyable. I did read it pretty easily, pretty fast, no issues there, but it felt a little bit shallow. It felt like we didn't really dive too deep into all the characters and that we could have, and we really only explored like 2-3 other characters other than our main character. And then also we got reasons for why she is in a mental hospital or like psychiatric hospital, and it's basically a rehab. It's what brought her there is that she's been feeling burnt out and started drinking. And one in the evening, she was so tired, she just drank the entire bottle of wine to kind of just chill and relax. And going to sleep, she forgot to set up the alarm for the morning, and so she slept in. And that's basically what drove her to, I have a problem, I need to go to rehab and, you know, get help. So it feels a little bit like, I'm not like making this any like, I'm not taking it lightly. It definitely potentially is a problem, but I feel like there would be other ways to begin, you know, like maybe cut out the alcohol and set it up yourself how you want to change the life when you're like, oh my God, I have a problem, instead of going to mental hospital for 10 weeks, just leave work, leave everybody and just go there. I don't know. And then there are some things that just didn't make completely sense. I don't know. Was not a big fan. But I still enjoyed reading it. It still had some interesting insights, but nothing groundbreaking. So 2 stars, unfortunately. And then I did not make any progress on We Fall Down. Not yet. Today we've been puzzling and just really lazy. But I do have sprints today at 5, so we'll definitely get some reading done then. But no progress there. And I made some progress on in this one, in Surrounded by Idiots, and I'm on chapter 7, page 63. So also not too much, but I can't read too much of this because it's not that easy to read. So yeah, slow progress, but still progress. And also this one, We All Fall Down. I only have the cover here. I took it off from the book. The book is here. I want to finish it by the end of tomorrow because I found out that it would perfectly fit for the HRCYED bonus challenge, or like bonus prompt for December, which is find books that have the same title and read one of them, or like for each of them you read, you can count the DNF. And I already completed this with another book I read this month. I read The Christmas Spark. It was like a short romance novella. I really enjoyed it. It was short, sweet, and great. Enjoyed it. But then I realized that this one, We All Fall Down, also there are so many different books called We All Fall Down. So it would fit perfectly. So I really want to finish it by tomorrow. So I really should start cracking, but I've been slacking. But we've got time and I'm on it. So let's get reading. And by the way, we're working on the puzzle, which I wanted to show you when to begin with, but then somehow got distracted. Ignore the mess, please. But here is the puzzle. Is the progress. We just started it today, like 3 hours ago. And yeah, it is 1,000. Let me bring you back here. It is 1,000, and this is what we got from Hendrik's parents. It is our engagement picture from last summer. Not this year, but last year, and we got this as a puzzle. So I mean, the quality is not like the highest of the picture itself, but like when you look at it like this, or when we complete it and put it on the wall, it's gonna be perfectly fine. And I really love it. I really like this picture. Love lighthouses. That's why we got engaged there. And yeah, it's awesome. And then, you know, we get to spend time puzzling together, or I can puzzle while listening to audiobooks. So that's what I'm gonna do now, and make some progress on We All Fall Down. And otherwise didn't make any progress on the readathon either. I only did the pajama today, and that's it for now. But I'll start focusing on it probably on Thursday, more on the readathon. So we'll see. But let's read now. All right, hello. It is now Wednesday? I wanted to say Sunday. It's Wednesday, 31st of December. And it is 3 o'clock. We started sprints on Discord because we just wanted to sprint. But I made a good progress yesterday with We All Fall Down. I am that far in. So almost halfway. And I mean, I'm still enjoying it. I don't know if I ever told you what this is about. I don't even know myself, honestly. But it is a fantasy. It is kind of set in the real world. They do talk about, like, they mention New York and real places. But then the book takes place in this city that nobody knows how to get to, or it's very, like, protected. It's called the River City. And there goes this one special bus, and the bus goes at a specific time from specific places, and you gotta pay with whatever the bus driver asks you to pay. It could be money, it could be a lot of money, it could be blood, it could be hair, it could be whatever, like postcard, whatever the bus driver wants. And we follow from the beginning our main character, one of the main characters, Jesse, who runs away from home because basically his family, like his mom and brother, they're kind of abusing him, you could say. And so he runs away and tries to find his bus to go to the River City, and try to find his friend who sent him a postcard from the River City. And he's gonna try to find a friend. He doesn't know where he is or doesn't know anything about him. So he tries to go to the River City, and we follow him, what he does in the River City, how he finds different people, and then we follow those people as well. We have multiple different points of view, and I'm really, really enjoying it. There is not that much magic. There is like monsters, and there are like funny things happening. We know there are witches and everything. So there is some magic. We don't see it that much. But it's still really interesting. We have some kind of prophecy that we need to find the maiden and the hero, and they will bring back the magic, because the prologue kind of showed us how the magic was lost. And so these two now can bring the magic back. And now we know basically who they are supposed to be, and we follow them how they're supposed to bring the magic back. But there is also a risk that they will kind of ruin the world by doing that. We don't know how or what, but that's kind of the story. And so far I'm really enjoying it. There is a lot of queer characters. We've got a character that changes gender back and forth as he pleases, she, depending on what it is, what the gender at the time is, he or she. And we have characters that are like gay or lesbian, and it's like very different types of characters. And so far, I personally haven't found the issues with the homophobia. I don't know if I'm just ignorant or anything, but so far I did not have any issues with it yet in the book. So we'll see, but I'm halfway through. I'm really enjoying it. I'm really curious where it goes. It feels like it's a story that I haven't read before, even though people say that the beginning is very original and then it kind of goes into like, takes a bit of pieces of different books. Like somebody mentioned Tolkien, which honestly, if it's like Tolkien, it's pretty good, right? But I don't see it, even though I honestly never read Lord of the Rings, but I do know the story. So it's not nothing like that. I don't know. I'm really confused actually, but we'll see. I still have half of the book left. I am enjoying it, so I hope I'll be one of the few that enjoys the book. And yeah, I'm doing the puzzle, so I can show you how far I got into the puzzle. So here is the progress. We got my jacket and scarf and my smile and eyes. And then here is Henrik a little bit. And then Henrik has been working up here with the lighthouse and the sea. You can see it's behind the boxes here. But yeah, and I'm working on the faces. So here is all my pieces that I'm working with at the moment. So that's the progress. That's what I'm gonna keep working with. And yeah, I'm having a good time doing the puzzle, listening to a book that I'm enjoying, and it's going well, and sprinting, so all good. I'm gonna now continue with the puzzling, so let's do it.
Hi.
Hey! What you doing?
Snowball.
What are you gonna do with it?
Throw it.
At?
The tree.
Okay.
Or the post. Over there.
The post over there.
Cut. Cut. That guy's got horns.
Oh, wow. All right, quick update. It is now Friday afternoon. So I didn't talk to you yesterday much, but I did take you out a little short clip outside yesterday when it was snowing and there was deer. We found 6 deer. Today I was filming, so that's why I have a little bit of a makeup and everything is on. But I'm here to update you. I finished We All Fall Down yesterday and I rated it 3.5 stars. I really enjoyed it. I did not find the problematic things. I read some of the reviews, like what the problematic things actually were. And honestly, from just reading this book, I could not pick up the issues. I know people say like the author does the same thing in all their books, but I read only this one and I did not pick up on that at all. And that might be a me problem. But anyway, I enjoyed this book and I went in, of course, not expecting much because I knew the rating was below 3 because of that. So I was positively surprised, honestly. And it's a duology, so it ends with kind of open ending. There is clearly meant to be a sequel. So now, as of right now, there is no plan of a sequel because of the horrible rating of this book and because people's backlash on it, which is a bit of a shame because I did enjoy it and I would have liked to read the sequel, I think. But that's not happening, it looks like. So this one is done. That means for the HRCYED challenge, there is only one book left, and that is Surrounded by Idiots. I made a little progress here. I'm on page now 79, but it's very difficult to read. You know, it's in Swedish. Some of it is very repetitive, so it feels a little bit like, I don't know if I want to read this, but I also do want to read it. So we'll see. I have it borrowed from a colleague, so I don't have to finish it if I don't want to, but I do want to finish this. So I don't know if I can finish by the end of the weekend. Maybe I should just power through, even though I will probably hate it if I do power through, but maybe spend a bit more time with this. And then I also continued with listening to Of Monsters and Mainframes, which I started on the 1st of December. And then somehow I got to listen to other books instead. So I haven't finished it, but I continued yesterday while puzzling, and I'm having a good time with it. It's very interesting, very funny. That's a science fiction about a ship that is transporting humans across the universe from different planets or like between different planets. And at some point there is like a werewolf or a vampire on board and kills the people, and then they blame the ship for it. And it's really funny because the ship is of course limited by what the ship can do, and how they can protect how the ship can protect the humans. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that one. So I've been listening to that, and I updated the spreadsheets I have, but I still haven't made any plan on book journal or anything like that. So I will do that tomorrow and do the readathon things tomorrow, like declutter and stuff like that. I think that's gonna be a tomorrow day because today it's already a bit afternoon. I filmed the video, and we are going to have a family dinner, and yeah, so not much time today. But tomorrow we're back at it. So I'm gonna go read a little bit more of this to hopefully finish it by Sunday. I mean, and I have 3 days, so it shouldn't be that tough. Like 210 pages, so it's 70 pages every day, which is a lot. How much is that? That's like, yeah, like this. That's not that bad if it was in English, but it's in Swedish, so it takes a bit longer time. But I'm gonna attempt it and see what happens with that. But I want to show you the progress on the puzzle that I did yesterday, so let me show you. So here is the progress. I finished all the grass. Everything is done. The lighthouse is now connected, so all that is left is these big 2 splotches of sky. That's all that's left. And great progress. I'm gonna continue by listening to audiobook, but that's a lot left to do there, and it's just white pieces like that. So that's gonna be fun.
Hello, it is time to wrap up the vlog. I apologize for the mess in here, ignore it please. But it is now mid-January, so it's been a while since I updated you, but the end of the readathon was a bit crazy and lots of things happened. I did update my journal a bit. I have it here, I can show you a little bit. I finished Of Monsters and Mainframes, and I DNF'd Surrounded by Idiots. And this all did not happen all by the end of Sunday, so I did prolong it a little bit and finished or DNF'd Surrounded by Idiots just last week actually. But I can talk you through it, and we can start with finishing Of Monsters and Mainframes because that one is the highlight, and I absolutely love that book. I think it would have been very good for the book if it would be a duology, and we would have 2 separate books that would kind of focus on the things that they wanted to focus on, because now we had one long book. At about 70% of it, I kind of felt done with it. Not that like I didn't enjoy it, but I felt like, okay, this could have been a good ending to the story. But we kept going for 3 more hours of the audiobook. And then the focus kind of shifted from what it was the first 70%. And I'm not super sure how I feel about it. It felt kind of rushed. It felt underdeveloped a little bit. but I mean, overall, I really enjoyed it. I just really wish it would have been longer, really. But yeah, it was great. I gave it 4.5 stars actually, so that was a great start to the year. I do recommend if you enjoy silly, goofy sci-fi. Loved it. Then I DNF'd Surrounded by Idiots because I got halfway through and it was just the same thing over and over and over again. From the beginning, the personalities kind of fit to some people. Most of the people, I could not tell what personality they were at all. And I could tell which one I was supposed to be, but then when I got to a different part where they were talking about this is how best you work with this kind of personality, the things and tips and tricks for that personality, for the one that I am, I'm like, not at all. I don't recognize this whatsoever, even though previously the descriptions of how the blue behaved, both positive and negative, I was like, yep, that's me. But after that, it was just like, I have no idea what you're talking about. This doesn't make sense whatsoever. And so I don't know, it was just very repetitive and I felt like it wasn't giving me anything because I just could not find out who was who, and even me myself, I could not put myself anywhere anymore. So I was just like, this is, I'm just really not enjoying it anymore and I'm just forcing it. So I just decided to DNF. Luckily for HRCYED, I can count DNF because of one of the bonus prompts that I completed. So I could count the DNF. I did complete at least half of the book, so I could count that. So yeah, that is the update pretty much. So that means I completed that challenge of my favorite prompt of HRCYED 1. So we can go have a look how it looks like in the spreadsheet just in a second. But first I'd like to show you my journal, and it's not finished still. I'm still gonna work on it more. But just what I did very quickly, I'm also going to film a separate video for it to show you guys how I set it up, because I think it's always nice to have like extra things for motivation. But what I did is basically Mooney's book club is going to be here. So this is G's book club. LDA on this page. So that is like the year in LDA, one prompt every month. So it's kind of like two book clubs. Here I have shelf reduction, so trying to read more of my physical TBR, and here I have NetGalley, so trying to get the NetGalley ratio down. At the moment it is 52% and 40%. I have two accounts. It's 52% and 40%, so I need to pump those numbers up. I have read some of the books, I just haven't reviewed them yet, so I need to post that. Then here I have a bracket for best book of 2026, so every month I will fill in the cover of favorite book, and then at the end of the year we'll have a favorite. Then I've got goals, so I've got 6 books in Swedish, 6 books in Slovak, and here climate fiction prize, which the long list will be announced soon in the beginning of February, so I'm really excited for that. It's gonna be probably a vlog solely focused on that. Here I got a little pretty, it's not a sticker, it's like a stamp, and then here I'm gonna put all my physical DBR and then color in whenever I read them, and then here keep track of library books, and that's as far as I got. I don't have anything more as of right now. There are a couple more spreads coming, but they are not set up yet. So that's what I did with this journal. Really excited for that one. I don't think there is anything more right now, so I think we can head over to the spreadsheet for HRCYED and see the update. So let's do that. Okay, here is my spreadsheet. So here is the favorite HRCYED prompt. Favorite is the HRCYED 1 prompt. And so we've got the 4 books. We've got We All Fall Down, Hygge, Pride, Prejudice and Turkish Delight, and Beautiful People in Slovak. And here we got Surrounded by Idiots. So let me insert the picture here. So we got that done. Oh my god, how exciting. Ta-da! And with this, we can mark this done. I did it. I did this one. When we look at the bingo board, it's completed. Yes. So we've got one challenge done. However, that's not it. That is not all. I then found out when I was just going through the challenges that actually for the non-fiction challenge, I already have more than 5 books that I've read for it. So we're gonna count it done as well. We just need to pick which ones are going to fit here. So I just need to go quickly through if any of these fit specifically like different prompts and that I need to save it for. But otherwise, I'm just gonna count these. So if we just go by the 100, there is nothing unique. Secret of Secrets, not a non-fiction. It's not the series. Last 10 years, maybe. Orbital, no. Hige would count for 2019, so we don't want Hige here. Nothing here, of course. Disability challenge. Finding My Way would count, but I don't think it's like that crucial because that's not that difficult to get. Translation challenge, no. Queer alphabet, no. I mean, I didn't do any non-fiction there. Around the world also, nothing specific. Color though. Here cultish we have. So we would like to not count cultish because we already counted that for something else. So that is 2 books that I would prefer not to count. And Hige here as well. So that's not ideal, but okay, it's fine. Here we have Finding My Way again, Burning Earth, and Finding My Way is here as well. So I think we're gonna not count. Which one was most difficult? Was it this one? Maybe, yeah. So I'm gonna remove this one because I think it's gonna be easier to find or book from 2019 than another BIPOC author or book. Probably not. I mean, it shouldn't be that difficult. 2019, I don't know which one of these 2 to pick. They both already are for one challenge, so maybe I'll just pick the first one on the list. So I'm gonna pick, oh yeah, and cultish we also said that it's for the color, but that's fine. I can find a different book for that color. So I'm gonna remove, but Hige was only for that. Oh, this is tricky. This is so tricky. I think I'm gonna remove cultish and save that for the color, to be honest. I think we'll do that. That feels like the most tricky of them all. BIPOC author should not be a problem, and 2019 book should not be a problem. However, cultish, which is what, pink, that could be a problem. That could be a big problem. Even though I have Queenie, so I could count that as well. I don't know what to do. What do I do? What do I do? I'm gonna count the ones I did not DNF. I DNF'd Hige. That's the result. That's what we're going for. So we're not gonna count Hige, we're gonna count all of the rest here. So cultish, and let me just fill it in real quick here, and I'll show you how it looks in the end. Here it is done. 5 books for non-fiction challenge. I've got Cultish by Amanda Montell. I've got The Happiness Experiment by Carl B. Borney, Finding My Way by Malala Yousafzai, The Burning Earth by Sunil Amrith, and Braiding Sweetgrass by Robin Wall Kimmerer. The Happiness Experiment was an ARC, and The Burning Earth and Braiding Sweetgrass was for my Climates book club. So I will be able to link down below, I think, videos where I talk about these books. I'm not sure if all of them. I don't think I have Finding My Way in any vlog, but the other 4 I should have in some vlogs and discussions. So I'm gonna link it, but now we can click done. So here we have another thing done. So basically we finished 2 things in this vlog here. Non-fiction challenge done. Fantastic. That means 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 challenges done. It's a little bit less than I would have wished, but it's still, you know, still completing 2 in 1 month is fantastic. So that's it for this vlog. Finished 2 challenges, even though one of them I was supposed to finish already previous month, but whatever, we'll take it, we'll take it. Having fun. I'm going to update the tracker with the non-fiction books that I picked for the non-fiction prompt or the non-fiction challenge. And yeah, I'll wrap it up here. So let me know how your HRCYED journey is going, if you're participating, or if you read any of the books that I read in this vlog, and if you enjoyed them. And otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!